I wrote it down, which means you probably gonna have to write it down too. What's poppin', pimpin'? It's your boy Scotty Wilson back with another fabulous episode of Daily Vlogging for My Sanity. Yeah. And in today's episode, we're talking about how to record content while dealing with depression. And last episode that I did, I was talking about being intentional, and I really been thinking about that the last few days that I've been dealing with my depression or whatever, before I made another video, because I was like, dang, that's a good point. A lot of my videos, what I be doing with this whole thing, because I am your favorite rapper that you didn't know was your favorite rapper, but now you know me, so now I'm your favorite rapper, is basically showing you my day-to-day on like what I'm be learning. So I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna make content and get people to want to watch me and want to listen to my music or want to do whatever it is I'm trying to get them to do, this is where you write down stuff, then you need to be giving them something. All right, well, what can I give them? Because I suck at a lot of things, but I start realizing that, no, I don't suck. That's depression talking. And that's what I realized, that that's probably something that I could give y'all that I know for a fact that I can speak with the utmost confidence about, is how to record with depression. So let's go ahead and get into it. One of the good things you need to do is like write stuff down, but that's not a part of this list. So you might need to write some stuff down. So go get some paper and shit. Okay, I'm letting you go get paper. Hurry up. Depression is a bitch. I swear to God. But I'm gonna show you how to deal with that hoe. Y'all ready? You got your stuff? Okay, cool. First thing.
Fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with game.
First thing I want you to do is record anyway. Record anyway. It helps refine you and gives you reps, and the reps give you clarity. Is that what I wrote down? Okay, yeah. Well, it's true. The more you record anyway, the more it forces you into a pattern of learning how to say what you got to say and do what you got to do. So it makes you more clear in your thoughts and how you speak. And for me, a lot of my depression comes from overthinking, and that helps with that. If you record constantly and start to see yourself constantly and hear yourself constantly, then you'll start to hear what you do wrong a lot. And then you'll start to subconsciously remember those things as you live on a day-to-day, which will help the things that you are not necessarily confident about, because now instead of you overthinking what it could be, you know what it is. But number 2, don't compare yourself to others, especially people you know. Because 9 times out of 10, everybody lying. And some people are omitting things because it ain't none of your business. Everybody on social media is not lying. Everything just ain't always your business. So you shouldn't compare what you doing to other people, because even if somebody else is doing the same thing that you're doing, they can't do it like you. There are people who probably don't even like that individual. So they might want you to do it over them because they don't even with them for real. They probably did some bullshit back in the day. So you tripping trying to look at other people and be like, dang, why I can't do it like them? You don't know what they got going on. 9 times out of 10, people be out here finessing resources. But a lot of people finesse resources. And for me, as a person with depression, I don't like that guilt sitting on my heart that I stole something from somebody and now I'm running around just looking like, ooh, look at me. Like, I always thought that was weird. Just be in the club sharing chains. And that's weird. I don't need your chain. Like, I know niggas that's like that, and all offense, because I didn't need the chain. If I couldn't get the bitch without the chain, I didn't need the bitch. Number 3, be intentional. Know what you finna do. Know what you finna say. Because if you're intentional with your videos, then the videos will be a lot more concise, and then people with them short ass attention spans can stay longer and see what the fuck you're talking about, and you can actually get some retention on your videos, and then you can finally get somewhere, because then you'll start to see some progress, and then it'll help with your depression, because you're probably depressed because you keep looking at the numbers like, what the fuck is going on? And yeah, you gotta make sure that you're doing certain things so you don't just keep hitting the brick wall like I did. Number 4, be gentle with yourself, because the world will not. Doesn't mean good people don't exist though. The world will not be nice to you.
The world isn't kind, kid. It never was. You'll lose people you love. You'll fail at things you thought you were born to do. And sometimes you'll wake up wondering if any of it meant anything. But here's the secret. Every tear, every mistake, every moment of doubt, it's all part of your story. And stories don't need to be perfect to be worth telling. They just need to be real. So keep living, keep falling, and keep getting back up. Because one day, someone will find strength in the story you're still writing.
I made a post the other day, what was it, Friday? I made a post Friday where I was speaking about, every morning I make a post and I say, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a great day. Something to that effect. I post it every day. Lately, I've been noticing the more I post, because I guess I'm starting to be in other people's algorithms, the more attention that I get. Well, on Threads, when I post that, everybody always so angry. Like, they be like, I ain't gonna have a good day. Well, fuck you, I'm not having a good day. And I've just been noticing that. And I'm like, that's weird. Why would you be mad that I told you to have a good day? But there's some people are just miserable, so you can't be somebody that's trying to put good in the world and then be surprised when that's met with negativity, because everybody doesn't see good in the world. Everybody's not in a position to even understand what good could be in the world. There's some people who, and I've been there because I suffer from depression, who when you get in certain modes, you swear up and down there's nothing good in the world. So just because you've had a moment of clarity and decided to, hey, let me put some good in the world, doesn't mean that everybody else is going to be ready for that. So you need to be gentle with yourself. You have to understand that when those people are hurting and those people are coming at you, it ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you. And you thinking it does is your depression, not you. Number 5, use whatever you legally need to. Time doesn't fix depression. You can't save nobody broke.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
I don't care nothing about what everybody else talking about. We're not finna get into y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not finna get into it because we ain't finna make this a controversial video. But I'm telling you, use whatever you feel like you legally need to use, especially if you look like me, in any capacity, to get you out of your situation. Like, it's so many things that are at your fingertips that you have the potential to use, but your moral compass is beating you before you get an ability to understand that the resource is a blessing as well. You can't allow, that's why number 2 is so important. Because if you start listening to other people, you'll start comparing yourself to people, and you ain't even really got a leg to stand on to say whether or not you're making enough big enough impact in society for you to be like, oh, well, I'm not doing this because it might mess up society. Fam, go get you some money and start paying some taxes first. We poor. I don't know about you, but I'm poor. I ain't got it. Next time they talking about the next election, I'm still sitting here wondering if I got enough gas to get there. So I ain't got time to be sitting up here trying to have this moral compass when I can't even contribute society to the way I want to. Let me know when the next meeting is, so when we voting the shit out. Other than that, I'm over here in my corner trying to make this money. Number 6, do something every day. Something. Because depression has a weird way of, well, at least this is how my depression works, because I feel like it's different for everybody, so I just speak to mine. When my depression hits heavy, it's heavy. Like, I don't feel like talking. I don't feel like recording. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like eating. I don't feel like it. I just genuinely just don't feel like it. And my body genuinely feels like heavy. Like, it feels like I just can't do nothing. Like picking myself up, like, feels like weights. So when I say do something every day, find something that you can do every day, very, very small. See, the daily vlogging for My Sanity worked for me because that's something I can do every day because I talk every day. Like, I live every day. I exist every day. Like, I do something every day. I try to learn something every day. Every day I'm trying to figure out something to make me a better artist, make me a better rapper, because that's, like I told you, that's what I'm doing. So every day I'm learning poetry. Every day I'm learning theater. Every day I'm learning music theory. Every day I'm learning business. Every day I'm learning management. Every day I'm learning communication skills. I'm learning PR skills. I'm learning HR skills. I'm learning business skills. I'm always learning something, because as an artist, if I want to be the best artist that I can be, just like if you want to be the best creative that you can be, you have to be learning all aspects of what you're doing. So doing something every day will help you kind of compound on the small benefits of what you're trying to do. And once you kind of see that in context, it helps with your depression. Matter of fact, let's say you can't think of nothing to have content about. What are you doing today? What did you do? Nothing? Talk about it. Talk about why. Like, I have lots of videos that prove that I know how to record through depression. So if somebody was to get in the comments and be like, oh, well, he don't know what he's talking about, that's an absolute lie. I have the evidence to prove it. I have many days where I recorded regardless. I have many days where I recorded nothing. I had many days where I recorded exactly what was going on, and it was all embarrassing. So I have proof to say that I'm not lying on social media. I have proof to say that I'm probably one of the most authentic people that I know that does content creating, that I know personally. That does content creating, because a lot of people, they don't want you to know what's going on in their life. So for me, I can honestly, confidently say I know how to record through depression. And you can do the same thing with whatever your content is if you do something every day. Because there were days where the depression allowed me not to record. It was days where the depression allowed me not to get up, not to do things. And because I did something every day, I got to this point where I was able to make this video to help you. So it matters. Because if only one person watched this video and I helped them with their depression, then it fucking matters. That's how I feel about it. That's why I started recording in the first place. Because there was a bunch of people that was doing stuff and I felt like I didn't know who was telling the truth and who was lying, and a lot of them didn't look like me. So why don't I put my 2 cents in of what I know and then let the universe do the rest. Which leads me to number 7, pretty much. Learn as much as you can about every aspect of what you do. It keeps you busy and your depression voice gets quieter. So yeah, that's true. Pretty much ranted about that already. So I wrote down a list of a few things that I've learned through content creating. There's just a couple of things, because it's not a lot, because I don't like writing because I have ADHD as well. So it's hard for me to sit still if I'm not doing something. And because I'm sitting here recording, talking to y'all, I'm doing something. But I don't know, for some odd reason, writing, it gives me anxiety. It's just like,
Okay, Mr. Essay, I say, prepare to be written. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah, yeah. In some of these, in some of these. Almost there. And done. Now let's see how it looks so far. The break time. Pacing.
like after a while, I gotta get up. I gotta get up and think and do stuff. If I could walk and write, it probably would be better. But so I've learned how to work on thumbnails. I've learned how to work on clips. What you have to do as a content creator, like, you literally have to be your own media company. You understand what that means? Like, do you understand what that means? You have to be the cameraman, the data analyst, the thumbnail creator, the fucking actor, the lighter, the microphone guy, the boom guy. You have to do all of that. I've learned how to work long form and short form content, SEO tools, trends research, which is very important, especially for these companies these days. If you're young and you don't know how to do trend research and you're going into these big companies trying to work for their PR and HR teams and stuff like that, that stuff is very important to know what's coming. I just wanted to throw that in there because I feel like people would underrate that comment, trend research. Trend research is actually very important. Don't let your friends fool you when Fortune 500 companies are paying people thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to figure that out. Yeah, don't do that. Content strategy, that's very important. Communication skills. What did I write down? Something, I don't know. I was writing fast because I wanted to get it out, so I didn't spell it correctly. But communication skills is what I was saying. It definitely does. Recording in general, it's this guy that I've watched named Vin. I always forget his last name. I'm going to post him on the screen. I'm so sorry. But I always forget his last name. But his name is Vin. But I watch him a lot for how to communicate better and how to speak better. And then I try to implement that in all my videos. And one thing that I remember him saying was one of the best ways to get better at communicating is record yourself and then listen to yourself in 3 different forms. And I'm not going to give away his strategy. I want you to go watch his videos so he can get the credit that he deserves for his strategy that he came up with, that I'm implementing. That if you're seeing this, then maybe it works. Anywho, multi-platform publishing. Yes, because if you feel like you just gonna leave your shit to just YouTube, yeah, that's dead. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. At least until you get some traction and start moving. If you get some traction and start moving, then cool. But if you leaving your shit to just YouTube or just one platform, trying to figure out like how, because that's not how you gonna get your audience to come to every other place. Like if you want everybody to come to YouTube, then you need to be clipping your stuff up and posting it everywhere and having them come to YouTube so they can watch your long form content. Because a lot of people are watching long form content on YouTube anyway. Like TV is over with. Everybody's on Tubi and Netflix and YouTube anyway. So the best thing for you to do if you're making content, as far as especially if you want to make long form content that like resonates with your fan base specifically, then yeah, that's something that you probably should work on.
I'm not embarrassed. You embarrassed?
Number 8, don't be strategy biased. What doesn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for you. Don't let the numbers fool you. If you look at this video and be like, oh, well, he doesn't have a lot of views, I don't know if that works. Have you ever, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I've done this multiple times. Have you ever made a status that you just knew was dope? Now, this may be for the older people, because I've been on Facebook for a while. Have you ever made a status that you just knew was dope, or knew was funny, or knew was like good, and it didn't get a lot of attention? And I've done this. I went on my friends' pages, like logged into their Facebooks and made the exact same status. I mean, verbatim, word for word. And all of a sudden it take off. Same status, word for word. Don't be strategy biased. Because what don't work for me, don't mean it won't work for you. And what work for everybody, don't mean it's gonna work for you. So don't be strategy biased. Don't do that. Number 9, have a hobby that doesn't require technology. I garden. Matter of fact, we're going to get into the garden because we only got one more left. I only wrote down 10 for you bitches. Gaming does help for me, but my garden is always there. My garden is always there. It has, well, I guess that would be stupid because gaming is technology. Duh. My garden is really where I be at when y'all don't see me. Like when y'all don't see me and I'm not recording, I'm in the garden. Trying to get my mental health together, grounding myself. Like just, because I just like growing shit. I do. I just like growing shit. So... and we'll see the garden after this. Number 10, remind yourself that the thing that makes you feel like you can't do it is depression and not you. You can do anything. I don't know what I want to add to that. I don't know. Let's go into the garden. I don't know if I really want to add to that. Because that's a strategy that I developed on my own. It's not really even like a strategy. Like, it's not something that I read from some guru or some shit like that. Because some of those things that I did get from like all of the resources that I've learned over time. But no, I don't want y'all to feel like everything that I'm saying is cliche. Number 10 is something that I literally made up on my own. That was something that I had to figure out on my own. Like, you had to remind yourself that, when you feel like, man, this shit whack, or man, this shit ass, I don't know if it's gonna look good, I don't know if it's gonna be this, I don't know if it's, all of them I don't know is just depression. That's not you, because you got to reprogram your brain like to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to retrain your brain, and it's a constant battle because depression ain't like, it's not something that you did. It's a medical condition. It's a real medical condition. So you can't beat yourself up all the time talking about, oh, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. And the way to stop doing it is to remind yourself that was depression. That's not you. Give depression a face so you can punch it. You know what I'm saying? Give it a face. Be like, oh, that was depression. That wasn't you. That wasn't Scotty. That was depression talking. Yeah, I be having to tell myself that wasn't Scotty. That was depression. So when Scotty's talking, I know when Scotty's talking. And then when depression's talking, I know when depression's talking. So Scotty can tell depression to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't got time for that today. And so, yeah, get depression in the face so you can punch it. Other than that, y'all want to see the garden? And we can get up out of here? Let's check the garden out. So I had to put a stick on my tomatoes, my bad. I had to put a stick on my tomatoes. Because they was leaning. Lean again. There's my tomatoes. Yeah. And then my other babies. Say hi, girls. If you ever been on my channel, you know who the girls are. Hi, girls. And then I got some more stuff I want to show y'all. And this one is doing all right. She's doing pretty well. If you remember her, she wasn't doing that well before. I don't know what this is. We're gonna figure it out whenever it start growing shit. And this is the same thing. I don't know what that is yet. I know what this is. Bell peppers. I mean, no, this is jalapeno peppers. It's jalapeno peppers, gang. Yeah. This is parsley. Oh, it's looking withery in there. Got some money trees. They ain't working. I got some Thai basil. Alright, we're gonna end it right there. My bad. I did not know this video was gonna be that long. Fuck. My fault, y'all. Hey, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Make sure you like and subscribe. I upload as often as I can because I suffer from depression, but I still do what I can. Because that's no excuse. Yeah, that's no excuse. So I try not to allow myself to use depression as an excuse, but just an understanding of who I am and how I need to handle the things that I need to handle. It's not an excuse. It's not oh well, I can't do it because I'm depressed. Don't do that. That's making excuses. And that's not that you can't use, that's not what depression is, so you can't use it like that. Don't do that. It's a condition. and it needs to be treated as such. I'm depressed, so I couldn't do such. Don't do that. Say I'm depressed because I can't do it right now, or I feel like I can't do it right now. I'm depressed. I have depression, so I feel like I can't do it right now. And not, I got depression, so I can't. That's not. Words are very powerful, and I'm trying to learn how to talk and speak better in that same capacity, in that same thought process. So if there are any hoodoo people out there that want to help, other than that, I'll holler at y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace.
This distance is taking a hold of me for sure. Baby, come